Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Lily Mae Does Nails, but today I'm going to be doing some hair. In the past I have done some bleaching videos, but I just thought why not bring it back. I have actually bleached Kenzie's hair before, and we're going for like a split dye effect, but the bottom half of her hair being blonde. These are the results that we had last time. We were really happy with them. You can see bits of red that were left over, so today we're going to be doing the roots and the rest of the hair, just brightening that up. Here you can see this is what we're going for, something like that. Not so much around the sideburns, just because they are fragile parts of the hair, so we thought we'll just leave it towards the back and keep most of her hair dark. She does dye her hair black, so I needed to be really careful with not mixing the bleach and the dark hair. It was difficult, but we managed. So first of all, we're going to be sectioning the hair. However, I decided to stop and we had a tea break and we had a good old yap because I hadn't seen Kenzie for a while. She is a close friend. I met her from work. A very sweet girl, and she's very stylish. Let me just tell you, she's a very stylish girl. So yeah, back to the sectioning. This is only a small bit of her hair. Even though it's only a small bit, it does take a while. She's got thick hair. But just 2 sections, that's all we need. You can see here I'm bringing down her dark hair. Now you can see her really dark hair, and we're going to tie that up to make sure nothing crosses over during the bleaching process, because that's not the vibe. It was also very difficult to section and keep all the black hair out of the blonde hair, and I did discuss that with her and I said there might be some stuff that's left in there, really sorry, and she was like, I trust you, which is a good vibe. Now you can really see the vibe in our living room. This is all happening in the living room. We've got the door open, we have a balcony, just to not, I guess, gas ourselves with all the bleach fumes. Here you can really see her roots growing through. This is like the perfect root growth, and these are the products I'm using: 30 developer and then some bleach powder. This is all stuff I got from Amazon, and then I also got my little pot and my brushes. For some reason I decided to film this off camera, so I've had to zoom in. Just 2 scoops of bleach for now. Developer in. I don't measure this, I don't weigh this particular, I can just eyeball it. I've got a lot of experience now. Bleach my own hair, I bleach my flatmate's hair. You can see at the back, she sat down, she's very blonde. That's all my work, just so you know. So sections, you can see I've created a few more sections out of those sections. Clearly I decided not to do the 2 section thing. We're just going in a straight band and working our way through the hair. Unfortunately my phone died during this, so I couldn't get too much of the bleaching process for the first part anyway. We're getting towards the end of her hair. All of that is covered. You can see very slightly there's a little bit of bleach where it shouldn't be, but off camera I wiped that off straight away, so don't worry. Okay, so this is for the rest of the hair. I like to call this a bit of a bleach bath. I'm just putting shampoo. This is a blonde girl shampoo. Doesn't really matter what you use. And this creates more of like a runny consistency, and you can see the way it settles. And it's got the bleach in there. It's just, it takes the power out of the bleach, because we don't want to lift the hair too much. You can see it's already quite blonde, it's just got that like orangey tone in there, so we're going to try and lift that out, but it doesn't need to stay on there for long. So yeah, we're doing that whilst the roots are settling. Straight on, you don't really need to be too careful with this. You want to be, I do want to say, you want to be careful with the actual strands of the hair, no pulling or tugging, because obviously your hair is compromised right now. But I'm getting it straight on, and we sprayed the hair down with some water to help this like lather on. Adding shampoo really helps lather bleach. Normally you can't really do that, but shampoo in there, yeah, you can. And thick coat of this going back into the roots, kind of blending it out now. And I think I'll leave this on for 15 to 20 minutes. The roots have already been on for about half an hour, and her natural root isn't overly dark. It's more of like a mousy brown, darkish blonde. So yeah, now we're going over to the sink. This is in my kitchen. It just makes it nice and easy. It's great that we have a nice big sink. We gave it a good clean before. And I'm using more on the cold side for water because we don't want her dark hair to be bleached as we're washing it out. And then I'm using a shampoo, getting that straight out. Give it a good old rub. You don't want to be too aggressive with the scalp just because it has just had bleach set on it for however long. So your scalp's going to feel a bit sore. But Kenzie's an absolute champ and she didn't complain one bit. So appreciate that, Kenzie. Now we're going on to the toner. This is a L'Oreal toner. I got it from Boots. Think you can get something like this on Amazon. I'll see if I can link it. Just mixing it up in another bowl I have. Mix, mix, mix. Look at that. I find this really satisfying. This one was a difficult mix, just trying to combine the two products. So it's like the colour cream and the developer. It's a 10 volume developer. That's because we're not lifting now. We are just depositing a colour. Brad Mondo taught me that. Again, you don't need to be too careful. You just want it on every single strand, but also being careful of each strand just because, again, it's just had bleach and the hair's probably a bit fragile. So we're just being careful. You can see her scalp is, or the back of her neck is slightly red just from the bleach. That's going to happen. At the end of the day, it's a chemical. It's gonna hurt. Sorry guys, but you know, beauty is pain. You can see I think I've done a pretty good job of getting an even cover. It's sat for a little bit. I'm checking that all the hair is getting toned, and now it's washed out. I didn't film that because it's just a bit of effort. And then I'm using my Dyson. I don't know if you remember way ages ago on my channel, I tested out like a fake Dyson Airwrap and it was really good quality, but now I've invested in the real Dyson Airwrap and wow, let me tell ya, she's worth the money. And I hate to say that because it is just so expensive, but look at that. Back to this, the hair, icy white, a really nice colour. Really happy with this. It looks beautiful. And then in the sunlight, look at this. She was so happy. We only did a very small section because she didn't want it to be mainly blonde. She wanted it to mainly be black. But yeah, the contrast, it is white. It is like ice white. It looks incredible. Going from this to begin with, pretty yellow, pretty dull, not too even. And then there she is. She's white. She is bright white. But yeah, that is the end of the video. Look at that. That was the first bleach. This is the second bleach. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, stick around, have a look at my channel, subscribe, like, and come back next week. Bye.